Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I think we're probably going to be doing another rambling roommates episode today, kind of just try to catch up on what's kind of been happening in our week.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I think it's been about 2 weeks for us since we've had rambling, so we don't really know what's been going on in each other's lives. So I think that's going to be the topic today. But before we
Mm-hmm.
get into it, I also want to say something that's kind of cool. We just got sponsored by W Energy. I don't know if you guys know who they are, but they reached out. They wanted to sponsor us or something. And I've already tried a few flavors. I tried Dragonade and Strawberry Banana. It's pretty good. And I think Dave's also tried something.
Yeah, I tried use our codes to get ourselves some products. The one I've tried, gonna try it more. It's pretty good. Mine was more of a mango orange flavor or mango orange cream. Kind of a tongue twister there. It wasn't bad. Definitely gonna probably get some more.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested, you can use our code for 10% off. It's BT Perception. All the first three letters are capitalized though.
Are we sure the capitalized matters?
I'm not sure, but just in case it does, you guys got that too.
Yeah. Let us if y'all do try. Let us know if the capitalization matters or not.
Yeah, and then make sure you reach out on us on like Twitter and like send us your shit that you guys get.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Also, before we get into actually a little recap on what we've been up to, I know before this podcast started, we were kind of talking about gambling.
Okay, dude.
So if I'm a little distracted, I need the Astros to win, and I really need the Angels to win. That's all.
I hope the Astros lose just because of what Framber Valdez did to me. They
Dude, it's
took all
not.
my money tonight.
You don't have to take it out on me, man.
Now I have to take it out on you because now I'm down like $40, $50 tonight. Oh my god.
Otani's pitching, so I thought that shit was a lock, and now the Pirates are kind of coming back.
Yeah, I hope you lose your money too. If I feel pain, you must feel pain too.
Never mind, there was just a 2-run homer. Angels are up 8-4 now.
Okay.
All right, so Dave, what have you been about? Or oh my god, what have you been up to, man?
Nothing much. I'm trying to think what the last thing I left you off with. So I'll basically start with my job. So basically, I was working in Virginia. I'm pretty sure, so you know that. So
Yeah.
I basically was driving an hour and a half every day to work, and last week was my last week there. But that last week was actually pretty bad because the weather was like 90 degrees every single day.
Yeah, dude, it's been hot as hell this summer.
And so for my last like 3 4 days I was working there, I was working outside. So I legit got sunburned in and I'm pretty dark now. I have a pretty nice tan now. Well, I don't like being tan, so I don't like it.
Yeah,
But
dude.
yeah, we were working outside, and we're basically working. I basically had to take a class to know how to do a certain type of weld,
Mhm.
but basically I left work or I got transferred before I even got to even use that, so it was basically pointless. But I was
Damn.
working in this thing called a pit, and we're basically underground trying to set up some pipes, and that was probably one of the worst job experiences of my life.
This just sounds like it's hot as shit because you're underground and it's hot as hell.
Oh no, yeah, like I think I texted you in the group chat, and I was like, dude, I legit could have filled a bucket up of sweat. It
Yeah,
was
you
that
did.
bad. Like I was sweating so much.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Mm-hmm.
So my internship ended. I guess I'll go on to me. My internship ended. I've been searching for a job. No, but everybody says like urgently hiring, and then I don't hear back. But I've had a few interviews, so I'm hoping that goes my way.
Yeah, well, the thing is also it's urgently hiring, so they other people also see it too. So you're not the only person there.
Yeah, my thought process is since I'm doing my last semester online, maybe when the college kids that got like employed before I did, because I waited because I had my internship in class or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when those guys leave, they'll be urgently hiring again, and then that's when they'll reach out to me.
Yeah, you'll definitely be able to probably have a higher chance of getting a job like during September when everyone's kind of back in college.
Yeah, I just want like a part time during the semester, so I don't feel like I'm a bum, you know.
Yeah. I feel like I might also try to get some type of job since I'll be back home and it'll be all easy classes. I want to get into well, I'll go ahead and just say I was taking a summer class, and the summer class I took insanely easy. I think we had 3 assignments the whole class.
Jesus.
We had a discussion board, an exam, and then like a 2-page paper we had to do. and I think that was it.
That was the one you tried to get me to sign up for it.
I think so. It was like public health, I think. I wish I would have taken two now in the summer with that one. But yeah,
Yeah,
basically, as long as I get like a decent grade on that 2-page paper, I should pass the whole class with like an A+, which is pretty nice.
it's kind of sick.
Mm-hmm.
I had the complete opposite experience for my summer class.
Really?
Yeah, so every single day there was an assignment posted. Like
Jesus
every single day we
Christ.
had an assignment, and then it's summer, so instead of it being like a 10-week course or whatever, it's
Uh-huh.
a 6-week. So we had an exam every 2 weeks. And then the final counted as 2 test grades, so it was really stressful. But I
Wait, but
passed it.
wait, but your summer class was an actual like important class, though, right?
Yeah, it was Calc 1, so now I get to move on to integral calc, but
Yeah, see, mine was different. Mine's like a gen ed, like intro core. Or I don't know if it's intro, but it's just like an easy ass class. That's why mine
yeah.
was just a little easier.
Dude, I'm terrified for my next semester, but I'm also like ready.
Well, what class do you have to take now? The hard
So
one.
I gotta take integral calculus, which is Calc 2.
The fuck is the word in intro goal mean?
I don't know, but I know it just sounds hard and it scares me.
Yeah, that's when I can't even pronounce the first word of the class. That scares me.
Yeah. I also found out that ECU doesn't accept AP scores of like a 3. They only accept 4 and higher. So I actually do have to take biological statistics now. So I'm taking that class too.
Oh, gross. I think you'll probably like it though. Like I don't like math, I don't like stats,
Yeah.
but because I took psych stats, so it's kind of like statistics mixed with psychology, I think you'll not enjoy it, but you actually like it more than just regular stats.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to take regular stats because one, they didn't offer an online one. And two, I didn't think I would enjoy it as much if it wasn't connected to like my niche major.
Yeah. Like I mean it's basically just stats, but it basically gives you like word problems that would happen in your field.
Yeah. But I'm in a nerdy shit like that. Like you remember that one class I was showing you my study guides for?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I don't really care. Like I don't know any of this. I don't really care. I'm trying to watch the game.
Yeah.
That was me.
I will say I've been getting into working out again recently.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I can't wait till I'm done working out so I can actually do some go to the gym because like I've been trying to do like 25. Funny thing, I gotta tell you this. I usually try to do like 25 push-ups a day, usually at night when I have time because I don't really have time in the morning because I'm getting ready for work or whatever.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to do I'm gonna try to start do like 50 a day now. But I did my max that push-ups that I think I've ever done before, and I did 35 at night.
Jesus.
But I think I was doing it like I kind of like didn't give myself enough room, so I tweaked my back, and I've never like actually like hurt my back before, and it was actually painful. Like I couldn't sleep basically at night.
Wow. So yeah, okay, that sucks.
Yeah, so I don't. It was either the fact I did too much, or it was just my positioning because I didn't give myself enough room to do my push-ups.
Yeah.
But I think it was more of that instead of the amount I did.
Mhm.
But yeah, but being able to do 35 push-ups, like I kind of just like I got to 30 and I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. Like this was 5 more than my max. But I was like, I'll push myself, and I got to 35. I was pretty impressed with myself.
Yeah, that's sick. Dude, you should start adding in like planks and stuff.
Maybe, but like right now, I'm just like I said, I've just been trying to gain weight for the longest. I haven't weighed myself in so long. I'm pretty sure I put on weight. So that's why I'm excited to get back into the gym whenever I'm done working back in school, so I can actually like turn a lot of this fat into muscle.
Yeah. What I've been doing is last week was my first week lifting again, and you remember when you take a long break and you try to lift again, your whole body like
Yeah,
aches.
yeah,
So my whole body was aching this week, so I was waking up and running like 2 miles a day, which is kind of a lot for me. And I'm finally like putting in times that I'm like comfortable putting in running 2 miles on. It's kind of cool,
yeah. I hate doing cardio. I don't know how you're doing the running. I
dude.
absolutely hate cardio.
Well, that's why I think I texted you guys in the group chat saying that runner's high is a myth as like a joke, but
Yeah,
I think that shit's funny.
I would say the only thing with that is I feel like it's kind of like the gym. Like when you first start, you obviously don't like it, but then like once you start getting used to it, you kind of like it, and you're like, oh, dude, I love going to the gym. I want
Yeah.
to keep running, stuff like that. But I feel
Well,
like maybe like after a year, if you continue going, you're gonna hate it again.
mhm. Well, I'm about to rest for these 2 weeks. I feel like when I start back next Monday, my whole body's gonna be healed or whatever. I'm gonna do lifting with cardio, so that's gonna be scary. But
This is good. My co-host is gonna drop a dumbbell on his head. I'm gonna
Dude,
have to report the bad news to y'all.
speaking of that, this just popped in my mind, bro. I forget who the guy is. He died today because 400 pounds like broke his neck. He's like some bodybuilder. I don't know if you saw the story
Is
or
it
not.
Hafthor Bjorkson?
No, 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 some other dude. But I guess like the bar crushed him or something and his neck snapped. That shit's terrifying, bro.
Jesus Christ.
That's just what I'm assuming because I didn't actually read the article. I just saw the thing pop up, on Twitter.
Yeah, that's kind of brutal, man.
A lot of the weightlifting community was saying like RIP and stuff, so I think he was kind of famous.
Probably, maybe I don't know.
But I thought
Could
that was
be.
kind of scary.
Yeah. Jumping back into what's been going on in my week. I got like I said, I was saying I got transferred, so now I'm working in Greensboro. And
Hmm.
for anybody who lives in Carolina knows what that is. Basically, 2 hours from my job, from where I live right now. So I'm staying at a hotel there. But the place where I'm working at right now is actually it's I don't want to say it's cool, but the company that it's gonna be eventually after like everything's like up and running. It's like this place that makes jets or whatever. So it's kind of cool. So basically, the job site's on or right beside the airport. So I get to see just like jets and big ass planes taking off like every day.
Wait, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, like there's so many times where I just stop and just like look at some like nice ass jets that are definitely like over like $10 million just taking off.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, like
I
me and my
know.
coworker would just like stop and just like stare like whistle over to each other and be like, "Hey, check that one out! Like that one's big as hell."
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed when you came over to my house, but we live right next to a what are the airport or whatever, and it's gotten to
Hmm.
the point now where you can actually see the people who are skydiving up top. Like when they come down, they pull their parachutes, and you can see them like in the sky.
Right? Really?
Yeah, so there's times where me and Dad will be doing something like out in the shop or something,
Hmm.
and we'll just look up and you'll see like four parachuters, and you see their parachutes pulled. It's kind of cool.
Really? Have you ever seen one of them like freaking out because he can't get his parachute out?
No, no. Well, you can barely see them. They're like specks, but you can see their parachutes, which is kind of cool.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, that's how you know the Earth is flat. Because if it was rounded, you wouldn't be able to see
Okay, man. That one came out of left field, man.
them. I'm trying to think of what else has been going on. So I don't know if you've ever had an experience where you couldn't get your car to pass inspection.
Nah, I've never had that, but my parents have had it. So,
Uh,
funny thing is, well, I don't know if I should say this, but basically, my parents would have like an old ass car that can't pass inspection, so they just take it to some beat down mechanic shop where they will pass any car and they would pass the car's inspection.
that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, so our friend Ian, I don't know if you know this, but he hasn't been able to get his car inspected for like 2 years. There's been something wrong.
Wait, really? So how does he drive it? Aren't you?
Yeah,
Has he
yeah,
gotten pulled over before?
yeah. I don't understand,
Yeah,
but
I don't get that. Next time tell him to check his engine when the check engine light comes on. But go
well,
ahead.
anyways, yeah. So for the past year and a half, he's been coming over to my house because my dad does a bunch of car stuff,
Hmm.
and we've been trying to figure out how to get his freaking car to get this check engine light to turn off. And so what they did is they finally had a guy come in and he just turned off the back two O2 sensors. If any of you Ford guys know what that is, and then his check engine light finally turned off. So he finally was able to get that shit passed.
Really?
Yeah, it was like he just passed it today. It was kind of funny.
That's crazy, man. Wait, so so the thing that that guy did he actually fix it or did he just like finesse it?
So basically, you know how I had that little scanner that Ian was using on his car?
Oh no, I don't know what scanner you're talking about.
Okay, so the scanner was telling him that his bank side or bank two O side sensor was the one that was sending like a bad message, pretty much. So all the tuner came in and did is just literally turned off that sensor so it can't be read by like a car, pretty much.
Oh, so he finessed the system.
Yeah, pretty much. But the good thing is there's actually no problem with this car, so there was no point in it being on, because we've changed that sensor out like 3 times now.
Okay, I got you.
So it should have been reading the right way, but it wasn't for some reason, which is kind of weird. But we finally got him to pass. But a funny story with that, I know you guys don't know Ian, so I'll just give you a quick description. He's this big like meathead guy. He's pretty tall and he's muscular as shit. And when he came over today, he pulled out some fucking Pokemon cards, and my dad was just staring at him. And he was like, "How in the hell can you lift that much weight and you're still opening Pokemon cards and stuff?" Because he was struggling to get the package off. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, the dude benches like 200 something pounds, and like he is like the nerdiest meathead you'll ever meet. The dude is so muscular and so strong, but he just like does things like buy Pokemon cards, and you're just like why? How?
Yeah. My dad was just making fun of him because you know how when you open Pokemon cards, you don't want to like rip them or do anything that could mess them up.
Yeah,
So he was opening them so delicately. So my dad was just making fun of him for it. It's kind of funny because
yeah,
he's
it's
like
pretty
this
funny.
huge dude.
Uh, yeah, I know it's kind of just jumping like way random off topic, but it's something I want to talk about is the Gold Cup, man. I don't know if you watched
Okay,
any
man.
games, man.
Yeah, USA lost right in the finals.
No, they lost in the semifinals, bud.
Wait, we lost like not Canada.
Nah, lost to Panama.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I didn't watch the game, but it was actually the ending was insane. So it was like 0-0, and it went to extra time, and I think Panama scored first, or somebody scored first, and then like US, and then the other team scored like maybe like 2 minutes later, so like instantly went to penalties.
Oh, we lost 4-5 in pens. I'm
Yeah,
looking at it now.
so it was a pretty intense game. It was pretty crazy.
Wow,
Uh,
we actually brought Yedlin.
yeah,
So we still had a bunch of people that never actually play, but
yeah, but
that's huge for them.
yeah. Do you see who won, man?
Yeah, did Germany end up beating Jamaica?
Germany.
Or not Germany? Oh my God, Mexico.
Yeah, motherfucker. Did you see who won?
Mexico, I'm assuming.
Yeah, motherfucker. The
Ooh.
greatest team in the world won.
Okay.
Yeah, remember like 4 or 5 podcasts ago, I said Mexico was ass. Yeah, they're still ass, but they were able to win.
You guys had Ochoa in that, bro. There's no that guy goes crazy for y'all.
Uh, he played decent in that game. It was crazy. I was watching the game, and
Yeah.
like Mexico should have won like probably at least like 2-3-0, but
Mhm.
it was a very intense, close matchup game, and like so basically like one of my favorite players on that team plays for my favorite like club team in Mexico,
Yeah. Martin,
and
right?
huh?
Henry Martin.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
the fuck do you know that? How
Dude,
about
I
talk?
just yeah, you've told me about him before.
Okay, yeah. Well, basically, he played the whole game, and they took him out with like probably like I want to say like maybe 5-10 minutes left in the game, and brought in this guy named Santiago Jimenez.
Mhm.
This guy's pretty good. He plays in I don't know if it's Germany or the Netherlands. I think my coworker says Netherlands. So he's pretty good. And he's like really young, so he's like a a prospect for the Mexico national team,
Yeah, he's like a
but he
wonder.
doesn't get any play in that much playing time because he's kind of just like a young guy. So he
Gotcha.
came in with like 10 minutes left, and in those 10 minutes, he was able to score like the game-winning goal.
He became a hero.
Yeah, and like the whole like it was insane. It's crazy because SoFi Stadium is obviously where the Rams play, right? You know that.
Yeah.
So there were so many fans at that game that they actually broke the attendance record at that stadium.
Wait, that's actually sick.
Yeah, so that stadium can only hold apparently like 70,000 people, but there was a total of 72,000 people at that game because there was like people just like standing in certain areas.
That's insane. Mexico
Yeah,
travels well, bro.
yeah. Without Mexico, like a lot of these like cups like probably would lose money just because without the Mexico fans, like it would just be terrible. Like no
Yeah,
fans would show up.
I remember you saying, I think it was like 2 podcasts ago, how when America beat you guys in the CONCACAF, like the one before this one,
Yeah,
that viewing just dropped, like plummeted.
yeah. Like the stadium that they like the final like the stadium, it wasn't even full. I think there was like maybe like 20-30,000 people there.
Yeah, like Mexico v USA was packed, and then
Yeah.
we played Canada and nobody was there.
Yeah, but it was so nice getting to see Mexico win because it's been a long time since I've seen them like win a tournament. It's also just been so long since I've seen like one of my favorite like teams that I support win anything.
Yeah. So while we're on the topic of soccer, and the women's World Cup's going on, right?
Yeah, I haven't watched a single game.
Oh yeah, I haven't either. But
Yeah,
all I know is America's going for the three-peat.
yeah, that is cool. I don't watch anything of it, and I won't ever like be like I'm a fan because I don't just
Mhm.
want to like be a fake fan or whatever.
Yeah,
But I do think it's cool that they could go for a three-peat.
they brought in some young people now too, right?
I, I just
Oh
told
wait,
you I have no
yeah,
idea.
you won.
All I
Uh,
know is Alex Morgan and Alex Morgan and Alex Morgan. It's pretty hot.
Okay. Does well, I guess you wouldn't know. I was about
Yeah,
to ask you if Ertz still played, but
yeah. If you ask me any single question, I cannot answer it.
yeah. I
I know
watched
they were like minus like 8,000 favorite to beat I think Vietnam or some random team.
Gotcha. I
That's
saw
all I
like
know.
I saw a TikTok pop up. I think it's Rose Lavelle. Her pace with the ball is kind of insane.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Gotcha. Never mind.
Yeah. Speaking about soccer, staying on topic of soccer still. I guess me saying tonight wouldn't really matter for the podcast because I don't know exactly when this will be coming out. But I'll say the date. July 21st. Was Messi's first game playing for Inter Miami, and stayed up to watch that with my dad. And score was 1-1, and they were so apparently in this tournament. I think the way it is, if the game finishes tied after 90 minutes, instead of going to extra time, they just instantly go to penalties.
Wait, really?
Yeah, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it kind of leaves it up to luck. I guess for a team to win. But it
Mhm.
was tied 1-1 or yeah, 1-1, and it was about to go into penalties, and then Messi got fouled. So they gave him like a free kick, and Messi's also insane at free kicks, and actually scored like the game winning free kick and
Wait,
was able to win the game for the team.
so his
And
goal was actually like insane.
oh yeah, his first goal was insane.
That's sick.
Like he was able to score like an insane goal in his debut.
I still can't believe he came to America.
Yeah, I still
I'm
can't believe it.
appalled.
But it was a very entertaining game. It was nice sitting down and watching the soccer game with my dad. It's been a while. Well, not a while because
Yeah.
we watched the Mexico games. It's just nice sitting down and watching them with my dad.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm trying to think. Well, we're still on the topic of soccer. I know you don't really watch MLS that much.
Uh huh.
Charlotte FC, I don't think it is horrible this year. They're not good, but they're not terrible.
Uh, yeah, I have seen them. Like, I don't know if they've been winning a lot, but I have seen them win a few games.
They've been competing like a lot. They've just been drawing a lot. I mean, which is still an improvement from last year for us.
Yeah, I'd say as long as they're not the worst team in the league, then that's not terrible.
Yeah.
Especially for like a second year team, not
So
bad at all.
I remember we went and watched. I asked you afterwards what jersey I should buy, and I went and bought. I think it's Benjamin or no, yeah, Benjamin Bender or whatever.
Ben Bender.
Yeah, Ben Bender. And it's so cool to see him actually get playtime this year because he's actually good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was getting playtime last year.
Yeah, but he's actually scoring this year. I mean, that's what I should have said.
I was about to say he was also scoring last year.
Okay, I don't know what I'm saying then, but
Yeah,
I've been
man.
watching and he's kind of become my favorite player on our team.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be on the team for a long time because he was just like a first round draft pick.
Yeah, he's the first guy that we actually picked ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has 6 goals for us.
Really? 6 this year?
It just says 44 games played, 6 goals.
Okay, so that's counting last year too then.
Oh, okay. I just seen he got a goal that our goalie got an assist on. I don't know if you saw that or not. They posted it everywhere.
Yeah, I think I might have seen that either on Twitter or Instagram. One of those I checked and I saw it.
The goalie literally put it right at his feet, like in the other team's box. It was kind of nuts. And then he just hit a banger.
Sorry, I was looking at Instagram. I'm about to follow this girl.
Okay.
It was actually one of the girls that was on the lake trip.
Okay.
She was a
Anyways,
JMU.
are the Astros winning? Do you know?
Astros, bro. I started watching that bum ass picture.
Damn, I need to know if they're winning. Dodgers are
What
winning. Wait, they're tied.
else is happening in your week, man?
That's pretty. I've been cooking a lot recently.
Cooking what, man? You been
Uh,
cooking it up in the kitchen?
yeah. So I made this really
Chef
insane.
Lutz.
Yeah, I made this insane taco salad that I thought was really good, and it was kind of healthy. And then I started meal prepping again, so I've just been doing chicken like we used to
Mm-hmm.
do, but I've upgraded like seasonings and stuff like that, and it's so much better, bro. Like I'm actually proud of
So,
myself.
do you do like your own seasoning? Like you mix up spices and stuff like that, or just like you buy seasoning?
So it's kind of a mixture of both. Like I still use the Cajun or the chicken thing that we used to use. If you remember
Mm-hmm.
that, I use a little bit of that, just not as much because we used to over season. and
Mhm.
then I started googling some mixes. So it's not really my recipes, but I'm using other people's, and there's a reason they're on the internet. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I always see, like, recipes, I just wanna try to make them and, like, copy or whatever, but I'm always turned off by the idea just because I feel like I'm not gonna be able to recreate it the way they did. It's just gonna come out bad.
Yeah. So I was in the same boat as you, and finally I was just like, you know what, screw it. If it's bad, it's bad. I know not to do it again.
Mhm,
And it's actually fun to do because you kind of have to think about what you're putting in it, and then you've actually tasted it yourself to figure out if you like it. You know,
mhm.
so that's
I have
kind
a
of cool.
I have a follow-up question on that. I know a few times I would text you and you said you're cooking for family or whatever. Like, one time you told me you were cooking for your dad or whatever. Your parents like you cooking?
Yeah. So I guess they're kind of basic in what they eat because my dad has ulcerative colitis, so there's a lot of
Mhm,
things that hurt his stomach. But recently, I've just been taking what they usually do and just adding more to it. So like on our steaks, I'll try to like fillet them and stuff like that. Do different things with them.
mhm.
Or I started making like Philly cheesesteaks on the blacktop grill, stuff like that, just to diversify what they were eating, and they actually like it a lot.
Wait, you made Philly cheesesteaks?
Yeah, so we have a blacktop grill, and
Yeah,
I've
how
just
come when I went over there that you didn't cook for me, you fucker?
dude, because we left that night, man.
Okay.
We were on the move. But yeah, it's just fun, I guess. I never really liked cooking in the apartment. I don't know why. It's
Mhm.
different when I feel like more freedom here.
Yeah, I have the reason I never really cooked in the apartment, I always felt very self-conscious.
Yeah, I don't want
I
to
would
take
get
up.
anxiety about it.
Yeah, I don't want to take up the kitchen from other people who are using it.
That and I don't want somebody to look at me while I'm cooking, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm weird.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Like, if I ever, like, live on my own in my own place, I'm about to be cooking shit up and just throwing it away because it comes out ass.
Dude, it's actually fun though.
Oh, yeah, cooking is kinda it's I'll say it's fun and it's, what's the word? I don't know what I always do every time, every podcast episode, there's always a one word that I can't think of.
Yeah.
But basically, it takes your mind off of things and kinda just helps you, like, relax.
Yeah, I agree. And then what I like the most is so I made like Philly cheesesteaks 3 times now, right? Every
Mhm.
single time I made it, it's been different than the last time because I know what to do differently that's gonna make it better. So I feel like I'm just progressively getting better and better with like certain recipes and stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're definitely gonna just get better the more you cook something.
Yeah, but I guess that's true about anything in life. Like the more you do it, you
Mhm.
should get better.
Yeah. So you just only so right now you only follow recipes, you haven't, like, tried doing your own thing?
Not really. I mean, the Philly cheesesteak thing,
Mhm.
you can have your own takes on, I guess. Like the first time I just did a basic like steak and not enough cheese, and then the second time we added, like peppers and onions and stuff, and it came out so much better. And it just
Mhm.
keeps going and going. So at some points, like the second time I'll make something, it's gonna be different than the original recipe because I have ideas for how to make stuff better.
Mhm. Okay, I have another question. You can grill.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at grilling now.
Is it easy? Because 'Cause I've always been scared to grill because I feel like I'm not good at it. Because 'Cause I'm not
Yeah.
good at cooking, so I feel like I'm gonna be bad at grilling.
So that I had the same fear as you. Even though like throughout high school I used to grill somewhat. What I use is I've started using a meat thermometer, which is something I never had before.
Mhm.
So I'm not so worried about undercooking stuff anymore. Or like, like how when we were in the apartment, we would always cut our stuff open to make sure that it was done. I
Mhm.
don't have to do that anymore because you can just look up what temperature it's supposed to be. You just put it in, and then it tells you the temperature of the meat to know if it's done or not, which is really cool. So it makes grilling 10 times easier because you know if it's done.
Yeah, but I always feel like I'm using a thermometer, it's still not gonna help me out.
Yeah. My issue right now is I don't know when to properly like flip stuff. Like I'll
Uh-huh.
look under it and I'll be like, okay, I think I'm good to flip it, and then I realize I wasn't good yet because the other side's not fully cooked.
I used to do that with my, it's hard because you can never tell, you just kind of have to just assume or whatever, but I would do that with when I'd cook when I would do my pan-seared salmon in the apartment.
Yeah.
I'd always sometimes it would come out pretty good, sometimes it would come out really bad, and sometimes it was just, like, decent. There was, like, one time I got it really good.
I would say I think fish is a lot harder to cook because it cooks so quick.
Oh, yeah, that salmon cooked really fast, like, I was done cooking in, like, less than 10 minutes,
Yeah. Well,
and
my dad
sometimes,
has
like, that was too long.
mhm. My dad has a smoker grill, so it's really big and it's made to basically cook the meat on all sides at the same heat. So
Mhm.
that also makes cooking like a lot easier.
Does your dad know okay, so your dad grills too, right?
Yeah, he grows
Does
like
he
all
know
the
how to
time.
make brisket?
Yeah, so
Dude.
whenever I told or yeah, whenever they came over and I told them we were doing oh shit, what was it? I can't think of the word right now, but whenever we do barbecue, that's basically what it is. It's just like a beef brisket sometimes.
Nah, barbecue brisket's different, man.
Well, yeah, he does that too. It's Boston butt. That's the word. Whenever he does Boston butts, he'll take like these little shredder things when it's done. Like he'll let it sit in the barbecue sauce for about 20 minutes after it's done cooking,
Hmm.
and then he'll take like these shredders and just shred it down like what you're talking about, and it's really good.
Gotcha.
He has something called an Orion, and it kind of just looks like a trash can, and you just put your meat in there, and it cooks for like ever. You can just walk away from it for a few hours.
Put your meat in there.
Okay.
Oh, hey,
Like
hey, yo.
turkey, barbecue, chicken. Like he does 40 pounds of chicken when we have family come over, and he just lets
Uh,
it sit there for like 2 hours, comes back, and it's done.
gotcha. Yeah, I know. I know. If like brisket, you're supposed to like cook it for like 24 hours or like 48 hours, something like that.
Yeah, he lets that bitch sit, bro.
Yeah, man. Damn, and I want, dude. I like. I don't even know if I like brisket, but I tried it once when like last year when I was working and the people and like the contractors like brought food for everybody. It
Mhm.
was like some random barbecue company around the area and they had brisket and it was like the first time I ever tried it and it was so good. And ever since then I just want to try it again.
So remind me next time you come down here to take you to this place called the Smoke Pit. They
Uh-huh.
literally specialize in briskets. Like any type of brisket you want, they make, and it's really
Yo,
good.
how come you never told me about this? Now I'm mad.
Because I didn't realize you liked briskets. Like that's just not something you've ever really mentioned.
Nah, dude, I've mentioned this before. For sure I have.
Okay, well when you come down for the concert, we'll go to that place before we leave.
Yeah, yeah, we have to now. Cause now I'm mad.
Yeah. And then the time after, remind me to take you to the place that Drew ate a pound of barbecue at.
Did you take me there?
Did you go to college Yeah, 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 yeah. Did you? Yeah, we'd have been there
Yeah.
because that was the place all the old people were just like staring at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else has been happening.
I have mine. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it out of my book bag.
You have what?
I have the next thing that I'm gonna talk about. I'm just gonna pull it out of my bag.
Oh, okay.
One
So,
second. Let me take my headset off.
yeah. So just to fill time for you guys, I recently got a sim racer, and I'm really huge into F1. Not so much into NASCAR, but on this sim, I've been playing nothing but F1, and it's so difficult when you first start. But now I've gotten pretty good, and it's fun to put in fast lap times.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, I was just filling time, bro. I was talking
Oh,
to them about my sim race setup.
they don't care about your F1 racing.
Dude, it's so cool. Dude, so I finally gotten to the point where I can beat my controller times on the steering wheel.
All right, so I'm pulling it out of my bag right now, and just a heads up, it's a gun to freeze.
Oh, I'm frozen.
Okay.
Wait, what is it? It sounds crinkly.
So, dang, I didn't even know what the fuck got fucked up. So basically, today I went to a card show. Also,
Oh,
I'm kind of
yeah.
pissed. I'm kind of I feel like I can't hear myself. I'm kind of mad because I went there and there were so many Pokemon cards being sold. I'm like, dude, I'm not here for Pokemon cards.
What were you looking for?
So basically, right now, what I've been doing every time I go to a card show is I've been solely looking for some Shohei Otani cards if they're really cheap because they go for like over $1,000
Yeah.
for anything good. So I've just been looking just to see if I can find anything that's really cheap. And but I've been looking for that, and I've also been looking for mainly Amon-Ra St. Brown. So that's what I've been looking for, and I was walking around everywhere. Nobody had any. So I was kind of mad, honestly.
Dude, I swear you were big on Amon Ra before he was like having good years.
Well, I will say I definitely was. I liked him last year, but I really liked him like this past season,
Mm-hmm.
mainly for the fact that he was on my fantasy team and he popped off and
Yeah,
basically like, helped me win the championship.
that was my next thing. I was gonna say you had him in fantasy and you would gas him up. Like even before the draft though, you were saying you wanted him. Like late in the draft.
Oh yeah. Like the whole year, I was just like purposely like trying to trade for him.
Yeah. And you finally got him.
Yeah, it's funny because one thing I hate about card shows is something that some people will do is at car shows they won't put their prices on the card, so you kind of have to talk to them and ask them.
Mm-hmm.
So and today I kind of went to the car show and I was in the mood that I didn't really want to talk to anybody. So a lot of times when I'll go up to them and they don't have like a price on the card, I just will just like instantly like, walk away. But I felt so bad because I had to like some people would be like, "Hey, what are you looking for?" And I was just like, "I'm in Ross St. Brown." If they didn't have it, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I gotta go." But It's funny because a lot of people ask me like, "Who are you collecting? Who are you looking for?" I'd say I'm in Ross St. Brown. They're like, "Oh, you a Lions fan?" I'm like, "No, motherfucker. Motherfucker just helped me win my fantasy championship." That's what I would tell everybody. I was like, "Yeah, do win all for me in fantasy."
It's kind of funny.
But trying to think. Yeah, dude, there were so many Pokemon like tables. I was like, dude, nobody's here for Pokemon.
Dude, Pokemon cards have been taking over, like, so since like COVID started.
Yeah, there was actually some nice Pokemon cards there. I was about to buy some like Pokemon plushies because they look kind of nice.
Yeah. You don't wait a plushie really?
Yeah, I was about to buy like a Snorlax plushie, a Snorlax keychain. I was about to buy some stuff, but I was like, nah, nah, nah.
It's funny you mention that because I've been eyeballing this thing on Amazon. It's like a huge beanbag, but it's Snorlax.
Yeah, whenever I get like my first apartment, like living like on my own officially,
Mhm.
I want to get like a massive, like a 6 foot, like Snorlax, beanbag
Yeah, it's like
chair,
it's like a Snorlax love seat, I think is what they're called, and it's
love
insane.
sack.
Yeah, love sack.
Hmm.
I've been reading a lot recently, so I've just been trying to like figure out ways to read that I would be super comfortable in, and that one just seems like it zen you out, bro.
Hmm. So, I basically, as soon as I got to the card show, I went to ATM, pulled out $200. Was gonna pull out more if I needed to,
Big
but basically,
spender.
no, not even close. That's like not even considered a big spin in the card trading. That's nothing. I was waiting to try to spend like 400 if I found a nice Amon Ross St. Brown card or whatever, but
Mhm.
nobody had anything, so I was kind of looking and I was kind of upset. So I walked over to one guy and he had some Funko Pops, and I really like Funko Pops, so I was kind of looking and he had two that I really wanted. One's a Captain America diecast Funko Pop, which is kind of like a special edition one.
Yeah.
And he also had this I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. So he had you haven't seen Game of Thrones, have you? Oh yeah, we started watching it.
We
Oh, we
started
gotta
watching,
finish.
but we never. Yeah.
Yeah, we somehow are gonna we're gonna have to start like streaming episodes to each other through Discord or whatever so we can watch them since we figured out like the workaround or whatever.
Yeah, and we're gonna need to finish Naruto.
Yeah, that one too. I was just thinking about the other day how we need to finish Naruto.
Dude,
But
we're finally in the Great Ninja War, and I want to finish, bro.
yeah, yeah, I definitely want to finish it. But one of my favorite characters is the Night King. Anyone who's seen it is gonna know. I can't spoil anything. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything for you. But basically, he's my favorite character, and you'll see, or not my favorite character, but he's one of my favorite characters because in the last season he's just God himself.
Hmm.
But basically, this guy had a signed Funko Pop of the Night King by one of the or by the actor who played the Night King. So that caught my attention. I was like, okay, not bad. He took when he offered it to me, he took $10 off of the initial price he was asking for. So I was like, okay, if I can't find anything, I'll come back. So I came back and I was like, okay, yeah, I want it. And he was like, all right, yeah, I'll do 140. And then I looked at Captain America. I was like, what if I was to buy both of them? What offer would you throw for me? Oh, so basically the Night King one was 150 originally, and then they offered it for 140, and Captain America was 100, so total is 240.
Yeah.
So I asked him, and he was like, and he kind of paused. He was like, "Dang, I don't know if I want to do this." And then I asked, then he said cash. I was like, "Yeah." So then he offered them both for me for 225. So I think it's what 85 and 140, right?
Yeah. That's not
Yeah.
bad, dude.
Yeah. So I basically like got him like 10 off of the first one and like 15 off of the Captain America. So that's basically what
Yeah.
I walked out with, a signed Funko Pop that I probably never gonna sell just because it's like part of my personal collection, and also Captain America that I probably would never sell. I'll probably take a picture and send it to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of like Funko Pops too, so that's kind of cool.
Actually, I'm
The
about to go
one
and take a picture right now and send it to you. But go ahead.
the one you bought when we were living in the apartment, like when you first moved in, you told me you bought some insane Funko Pop. That Captain America one is pretty sick too.
No, no, no. Yeah, you're forgetting the timeline, brother. I told you about that in freshman year when we were when we were boys.
Oh, but I just you say like we're not boys anymore, man.
Yeah, we're not boys anymore.
We're just acquaintances.
Yeah, I'm only here for the podcast, dude.
Yeah, but anyways, you had that one in our apartment. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, once I'm just trying to take a picture real quick.
Yeah, you're good. I'm trying to think if I have anything kind of rare. I do have. There's this place or a mall nearby. When I was like a little kid, I went and like bought a Funko Pop there, and it's like the Star Wars and or not Star Wars. Oh my god, it's a Batman and Joker one, and they're both like lit up green, and that one's like
Mhm.
rare, but it's not worth a lot. It's like worth like $40 or something right now.
Yeah, I don't know how much the one that I told you about, like, freshman year, the one that I bought is worth. I know I paid, like, $70 for it. I don't know if it ever went up in price or anything, but it's just, like, not something that I'm gonna sell. A lot of the
Yeah,
cards I have right now and a lot of the collectibles I have are just stuff I'm not gonna sell. Eventually, I'm gonna buy stuff that, maybe will in the future try to turn for a profit. But right now, everything's just personal collection.
yeah. So I'm looking at the picture you just sent me. By the way, I really like the Captain America one.
Yeah, I've been trying I've been planning to buy that certain Captain America for like over a year.
Yeah, I also really like the Game of Thrones one, but I don't really know that character. It's just cool that you have a signature.
Yeah, yo. Once we finish, oh, dude, we gotta watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
If we ever finish it, you'll know why he's my favorite, or not my favorite, but one of my favorites.
my favorite character right now is the Targaryen girl.
Yeah, Daenerys Targaryen.
Yeah, Daenerys. She's kind of lit, bro.
Yeah. You simp.
Well, I also like her because she's a Targaryen, and you had me watch House of Dragon, and it was all about the Targaryen, so it was kind of cool. It's just
Yeah.
like the one that makes reference to that show,
Hmm.
and I think the Lannisters do as well. But anyways, we do need to finish that show. I swear.
Yeah. We gotta finish Naruto, then we'll finish that.
Mhm.
We'll get around to it.
I'm trying to think of what else has been going on in my life.
Yeah, man. I feel like there's stuff that's been going on in your life, and you're just not telling me, man.
I feel like I
Just
talked
holding
a
out on
lot
me.
this episode, man. Uh, yeah, there's just nothing else coming to mind, bro. It's been kind of boring recently.
Yeah, you do live a Nerf football life.
Yeah, you're rude, bro.
Sorry, that's office reference.
Uh, yeah, that's about it for me, bro. Anything else been going on for you?
I mean, I have a bunch of like little small things I could talk about, but I mean, I think we're good to wrap this one up. Just because I don't think you have anything else going on in your life. I think I've rambled on long enough.
Yeah, I think I'm good to wrap this one up too, man.
Yep.
You want an outro or you want me to do it?
Uh, I guess I can go ahead and say something. Definitely appreciate all the support we began on the shorts. And I mean, Ryan, I've been excited to look at that every now and then. No, Ryan had that Frozen short to pop off.
Yeah, and then you had the short that had like 2.6K as well. It's
Yeah,
been
when
fun just
whenever
to
you
look
get
at.
arguments. Yeah,
Uh,
it's definitely fun to look at, especially with the growth we've been able to get from our shorts, and our other episodes have been able to get traction too and get some views.
yeah, I'm happy to see a few OU subscribers. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. You guys have been repeatedly like commenting on our stuff, and it's just really nice to see people who've sticking with us to the point that they're actually going to watch our actual podcast, and it's kind of cool. Like I appreciate you guys a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Well, don't forget to use our code, man. It's our code, Ryan.
Oh, it's BTP or BT Perception for 10%
Mm-hmm.
off on anything from Dubby.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments if you plan to order stuff or if you do order anything.
And if you do, when it gets there, please send it to us on Twitter or something so we can like it and give you guys a little shout out because that'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think that's all for us this week. Probably see you on the next episode.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching. See ya.
See ya.